What's the word, world? It's your boy Cash, here with my nigga Koach DJ. Nah, my brother. We in this bitch. We gonna bring you an array of topics. You know, we gonna talk about that Ye and Kyrie situation. You know, we gonna talk about rest in peace, baby girl down there in Mexico, Shanquella. And we just gonna go across the board. Anything that's busted, rest in peace, Takeoff. We're gonna talk about him. You know what I'm saying? And the bullshit that come with that. One thing we not are detectives and motherfucking police. So we ain't putting together no pieces. We ain't doing none of that. But we will give y'all our perspectives on these current situations that's going on in the world. Let's kick this shit off. Fuckers, we waiting on. Bro, this Ye, this Kyrie thing. First off, let's start with Kyrie, man. Let me pick your brain about how you feel about that situation. Do you stand with Kyrie? Are you against Kyrie? You feel like Kyrie's wrong for what he done? So on and so forth, bro. Let me hear it.
No, Kyrie ain't wrong for what he done. I mean, when you start to, to understanding who you are and acting on it, that's biblical. You don't hate nobody. You know, he just got caught up in a storm, a bad media coverage from Kanye. You know what I'm saying? They were already sensitive from him. Kyrie, you know, do what he did, which is nothing more than to share what he felt. You know what I'm saying? Or just want other people to be awoke. And, you know, you can't get mad at him from that. The problem is they trying to make an example out of these two.
For sure.
And by them being defiant, it's prolonging the process.
2022 buck breaking? You think that's too extreme to say, or you think that's what it is?
If they do say something, you know, allegedly, they risk losing their job. Look at Jalen Rose, how they made them apologize. You're not gonna get on these people network and talk about their friend.
So what you telling me is until our principles and the morals and the things that we stand on means more to us than a lifestyle that we've able to acquire, we always gonna go through this shit.
You're always gonna go through something when you decide that you just want a part of something. When people make sacrifices to have you to be afforded the opportunity to own the whole pie. You ain't just got to get a piece of it. And why dumb ourselves down? You know what I'm saying? And be so materialistic that we don't even understand why we should be on Kyrie's side. If we going to keep going on what people think of us and how they view us, then as a people, we're going to be at a standstill.
Well, here's the thing, because I've seen a lot of people with skin like mine that stands against dude, stands against Ye. I've seen the comments, I've seen the vitriol. I mean, I've seen people say some wild shit about this black man.
You got Shaq and Barkley. Yeah, they right on the set, but not everybody against them. You know
so I'm glad you brought Shaq bitch ass back up. Let me add this bitch ass nigga out real quick. Shaq, you was a bitch. And if I ever saw you, let me tell you why you was a bitch. When Papa John's went through that bullshit and he called somebody a nigga, one of his employees a nigga, what did you take your soft ass right over there and got on their board talking about they not racist, they got a black man on their board? Bitch, trying to pull Papa John's out that water. Why? For some fucking money. Shaq, you was a bitch. Shaq, you was a bitch because you called this man an idiot when the fucking show that he fucking posted premiered in a theater that you got juice in. Shaq, you was a bitch. Zero respect. Coming at you December 11th, Storytime Sunday, the animated version. You know what it is. Get right or get left.
Well, whose fault is that? Is that their fault, or is that our fault for not seeking the knowledge so we can know? Okay. Because knowledge is here for everybody. Our fault that we don't know better, or is it their fault? But don't we have some type of responsibility to want to know?
What I believe that's going on in 2022, I believe it's a mass awakening, bro. Yeah, I believe a lot of people want to know, and they're finding out. You understand? It's definitely their fault that we are in the dark about that.
Right.
You understand? We was beaten, we was killed, we was savagely lynched, we was all these things if we stuck to our traditions. Right? We end up having the history of that was told to us, not our original and our true history. This is the thing that strikes me about this situation is our history was stripped. Who we are was erased. You can't tell me shit about your heritage, your forefathers, your ancestors that stomped the lands of Africa. You can't tell me shit about it. The fact that we don't know is a problem. You can't say that about no other ethnic group today. When a brother like Kyrie Irving tries to come out and spread a message about our history, we so fucking conditioned that we don't even want to hear.
Thing that Kyrie did, and look what happened.
And he got lambasted.
Discourage others who have that same truth or are discovering themselves. To discover yourself and to live in it is a true moment of peace. And if you can't voice, who you are and be who you are naturally, you know what I'm saying? It's a mind thing to break you. There's a list out of everything he had to do. He had to donate $500,000 to a charity. He had to talk with multiple people. He had to.
What he do? He said 65 to baby girl.
I don't know. I think that's part of the procedure.
Okay.
Kanye said something about the Untouchables on that podcast.
Right.
And he came for them like no one had really ever came for him before. And we don't know if it's because he's having a mental breakdown. Some of the stuff got some truth to it. Some of the stuff is a little like, let me research it. Did this really happen?
Hey, hold on. I got a question. Because I got a question. Why when a nigga come out and they say something that may be a little bit different, instead of embracing or trying to understand or trying to figure out what that brother's saying, he's just dismissed? That's crazy. Because that's all, when a motherfucker call you crazy, that's the most dismissive thing you could call a motherfucker.
In the words of Kanye, he said if a man ran on the expressway with a biker shorts on, everybody would consider him crazy, right? But if 100 more people came with him in those same biker shorts and ran on the expressway, they'll call it a marathon. It's all depending on how you view the same thing you're seeing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's my problem, though. That's my problem, right? See, they say Kanye was going through certain things, and he has bipolar, and he has this, and he has that. But that means that his assertion, his points, are now null and void.
Well, he has a history.
Because Western medicine has diagnosed him.
I don't think it should be dismissed. Okay. It's just displaced. It's not in the proper moment.
Displaced. Okay, that's interesting. What do you mean it's not in the proper moment?
Because
that's some shit there.
To have a voice and be anti of something and just do it out of the reaction of them. So if this never would have happened, if everything is cool, right, with the NBA, I mean, with with Kanye, not Kyrie. If everything is cool, would you be saying all this shit? Would you be saying your mom got sacrificed? Because your mom been gone, bro.
That's a valid point.
You know what I'm saying? So now you got to kind of look.
But why is everything not cool, though?
You know what?
He took off. He took off. They didn't take off on him first.
Let's play the KRS-One video.
They say, yo, young blood, come on, let me show you something. Let me protect you. No, they were the first ones to come in, rip off These are older blacks ripping off the talent of younger blacks. Black men are taking advantage of young black talent. We didn't get the fame. We didn't get the Grammy. But we got the soul. What was whack about hip-hop? The worst thing, 1979 Sugar Hill Records, is the worst thing that ever happened to hip-hop. When Sugar Hill Records came out, a woman named Sylvia Robinson and her husband Joey Robinson, they owned all of rap. If you could somehow phantom that in your head for a hot minute, there was one record label that had all the top rappers of the day on it, and no other company had that. Had we stuck together, black people would not be in this situation. They say hip-hop is a $10 billion culture every year. That's black people money we should be having.
All right, so look, we just said before the video, right, how, you know what I'm saying, it seemed like they're attacking Kanye, right? You see the video, KRS-One is saying that more black people have ripped out black talent. So the problem Kanye got is, he ain't got no Jew problem. He got a us problem. You know what I'm saying? And the same people that's fucking you over is in the same bed of business as the people that look just like you. That's the problem. Like, but ain't nobody talking about that part. See, you pointing the finger at the other guy, okay, but this guy still in business with the dude that look like me and you with your fellow brother. They still got business. Nothing you do is gonna stop their business.
I want clarification. I don't want to respond to nothing that I ain't got full clarification over. Check it out. So, Kanye is gunning at the quote unquote untouchables, while his homie, let's say Jay-Z, right? Is that a fair name to use?
Right.
Is still in bed with the untouchables. But do you hear what he just said about Jay-Z though? He's separating himself. He really is.
But okay, I got one better for you.
This shit is beyond psychosis, bro.
If you look on Drink Champs,
it's
his last.
Shout out Drink Champs.
I want to say is hit that like button. That shit is important, nigga. Go ahead.
Comment, subscribe.
For sure.
Yeah, no Drink Champs. You
right,
talking
about
Drink
Champs. Right, you say Kanye is separating himself from Jay-Z. The man was just on Drink Champs saying, if Jay-Z support me on my presidential run, we could get this done. So you keep changing up, bro.
Drink Champs was previous to the quote about them
but
being
I'm just
controlled.
saying, you
No. We gotta be in line. We gotta understand the timeline. That's the problem right there.
No, the timeline.
People just taking quotes now, and that's the
fact that you were saying
clips. The fact that's his nigga. He always my big brother was Big Brother. Used to be Dame and Big's brother. He always said that was his big homie.
Check it out though. You said it's your big homie, but you are under contract with him, allegedly, and he is under contract. He the head of the label. So he get paid off everything you do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right.
I don't even know if that's the fucking dealings with them right now.
Kanye don't own
because
a label, so
he owned Good Music. Good Music severed ties with him. I mean, not Good Music. Def Jam severed ties with Good Music. Good Music was his imprint. Def Jam was the parent label. When all that shit was happening with Kanye a few weeks back, Def Jam was one of the companies that pulled out. So now Good Music is quote unquote independent as far as I know. I haven't heard nobody else picking them up.
But all the previous material, basically, this is how it is. Jay-Z gave up
all his masters and shit, right?
He gave up his whole Rockefeller crew.
So we talking about Jay now, because that's a whole. Because
because
Jay didn't give up shit.
He got rid of and just kept Kanye. When everything happened with Rockefeller, he got rid of everybody and kept Kanye.
That was a lot of controversy during that time.
Okay, now check this out. So now this is what I'm saying. Kanye only acts out when the shit don't go his way. I can't respect you if you're a dance for him. When they say dance, nigga, dance, right? You're dancing for these motherfuckers, right?
Right.
When the shit good, now the shit done went bad. You like, ooh, look, Massa doing me wrong. But Master wasn't doing you wrong when shit was good. When the marriage was going good with Kim and you was at fashion shows, these was the same people, bro. They never changed. The same cameras you worked so hard to try to get out of the ghetto just to get on are the same cameras that got you attacking the paparazzi. Right? Because the same cameras, you know what I'm saying, is not making you love the one thing that's making you, that's fueling you. You know what I'm saying? So it just takes me out how when things are going good, like, they don't do this. Ooh, look what they doing. They don't do none of this. It's always with these artists, when shit go bad, now you want to tell on everything. But you ain't high the energy during the process. Because the one thing you ain't going to go on the media say, you ain't going to say, Jay-Z got down on you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to say that.
He would. Come on, man. He talking about them people. He would. You know, and in the past, hold on, 1,000 pounds.
Recently, has he?
People forget Kanye came in saying what the fuck was on his mind. He came in saying, oh, George Bush don't give a fuck about black people. That was 2005 Katrina happened. Kanye debuted in 2003, so that was 2 years into his fucking career where he said that shit. That shook the fucking... All right? Throughout his fucking career, Kanye done said plenty of shit, bro. And he has spoken out against Jay-Z. He most definitely has. Him and Jay-Z had a little falling out. They both claim it wasn't beef. They both claim it was brothers, you know, having a little spat. No big deal. But they did. Shit, if I knew about it, it was public enough then. You know what I'm saying? And they did have a little falling out. Kanye spoke about that shit. So
he said all that, and they never dropped him from an endorsement.
Yeah, I'm motherfucking right. As soon as he spoke out against, and that's my point. As soon as he spoke out against the Untouchables, nigga. I mean, come on now. I wasn't offended out the gate. I was never offended by slavery was a choice. I think I had a different perception of what he meant, and that's what and that's the thing about people taking things out of context. But I still didn't think he meant it in the way that the rest of the community thought. He never was canceled, even though the vast majority of the community thought he meant it in a way that they took it, which was in a negative way. He wasn't canceled then. You know what I'm saying? So he said plenty of shit, but as soon as he say something about them people, though, and the thing, it ain't no fucking difference. It ain't no difference. Here's what pisses me off. You understand? Play a clip. I can show who I'm talking about. This white boy said nigga in a recording. Don't remember, it was from a racial standpoint, right? He said it. Boom. The next fucking album went platinum. It was nothing. It was like, oh, well, he said the shit. His people went out and supported him even fucking more. That's what happened. And the fact that you got black men out here that still somehow holding on to this American construct that they was given from elementary school. Like, I was given that same Americanized ass construct. I had to separate myself from that because I had to understand what I, as a black man, really was in this vast corporation called America.
What are you?
Shit, I'm a number, nigga. I'm a number. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand I'm a man, and I'm gonna die standing on my beliefs. With that being said, in this vast corporation called America, I'm just another number. I'm not one of the elite. Right? So, I got a 16-year-old son, soon to be 16-year-old. I wouldn't encourage him to go to the military to fight for this country. Hold on. Let me be clear. Every black veteran out there that's currently serving or serving in the past, this ain't a slight towards y'all. What I'm trying to say is that ain't for me and mine. Right? Me sending him off to motherfucking wherever the newest war is today, for him to come back and still have to run the risk of getting shot in the motherfucking gas station while he getting gas because some motherfucking overzealous white cop on bullshit with him is asinine to me.
Wow.
It's asinine to me.
You know what's crazy? I never really experienced, that side of the police, but it definitely exists. Because I've been pulled over a couple times, and I was the one dirty. I
grew up where we talked to the police how the fuck they talk to us. It was never no sirs and no ma'ams growing up. The bitch, right, bitch. It was that. You know what I'm saying? It was disrespect. It was mutual disrespect. It wasn't like they was coming on the block. All right, young man. You know what I'm saying? We was niggas and all type of other shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Honestly, bro, for you to grow up and where you grew up at, I ain't even finna say the hood because I don't know if you were trying to do that. For you to grow up where you grew up at and not have the experiences that I've had with the police. Like, check out Storytime Sunday coming real soon. I think the first story. It's gonna be about the time we sent it up with the police. Like these are my experiences with the police, bro. Like,
but see, all what you go through, man, all what you got to deal with, help mold your thought process and how you view these same topics. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And the thing about everything that's going on now, man, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
What you mean, bro?
You want
some Julio?
Because Kyrie in trouble, right?
Kyrie shouldn't be in trouble. Right. That's my problem. And that's the point. Why the fuck is this brother in trouble?
He is in trouble because he's controversial.
For who?
You know what I'm saying? Kyrie is
the man kept telling y'all. He kept saying, all right. Now hold on. I just thought about something. Maybe they spanking him just a little bit for the corona shit when he refused to go ahead and get the man
has been stirring up some stuff, man. And they couldn't get him on.
Why do we as black folks decide that he ain't worth standing by?
You can step back. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. It's getting to the point where, again, we don't know what athletes agree to in terms of contractual agreements. So when they give you big money, it's certain things you got to follow. Right. You agreed to this.
Right.
Nobody forced you to agree to the terms of what you can and can't say and speak on. They tell you this. So in
the terms they say don't speak on nothing concerning Jewish relations.
It has to be some type of, for them to be able to suspend him. And the Players Association and Union, but they say that's what I'm saying. They already put out a statement that if he don't start playing, we finna file a grievance, right? So apparently, I'm just assuming, right? This is allegedly. It has to be some type of terms that you have to sign. These people not gonna give you this money and still give you the freedom to say whatever you want to say when you want to say it and mess their brand up.
1,000 pods. You're not first of all, bro, because you're not making sense right now, G.
I'm making perfect sense.
Hold on, G. Listen. What the fuck did he say? He never said a word. Let's not lose context. He posted.
Listen to me.
Something. Whoa. Let me finish my thought, G. 1,000 pods, G. TPG. He posted something. He posted a movie that is on Amazon. B, I later found out, I'm assuming, as you later found out, Shaq premiered this shit in his theater. The same nigga that went out on a limb and called his brother an idiot. This clown ass nigga. I got so much shit to say about Shaq. Fuck Shaq. I have zero respect for Shaq. I grew up at fucking miring this nigga. You understand? I ain't never liked his shoes or nothing, but I liked the way the nigga played. I was fucking with him when he was rocking with Kobe and the Lakers. I was fucking with him back when he was fucking with, goddammit, the Magic when he first came in. You know, when he was breaking rims and shit. Yeah, that Shaq. But we gonna get to that in a second. But this thing that Kyrie posted, this movie that he reposted, he didn't invest a single solitary dime in it to being produced. None of that shit. He just hey man, I saw this shit. What do you mean?
They got with this right here. The nigga apologized. Jalen Rose apologized.
Jalen Rose, come on, man.
Listen to what I'm giving you the example. They like Kyrie apologized. Kanye already got you sensitive. You told Kyrie to apologize in front of the world, and Kyrie told you right back in front of the world, I'm not apologizing. I meant to do that. I ain't do nothing wrong.
I ain't did shit wrong. So, and I can't be fucking anti-Semitic because I can't be anti-me. I can't be anti-Semitic because I cannot be anti-me.
So what does he mean when he said that?
That means
that his lineage, his heritage, starts with the original Jews. Starts with them people that had motherfucking hell like war, nigga, hell like yours. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm like 10% Indian, nigga.
I'm just saying, nigga, you know, here you go with this shit. You know, he's saying his lineage was one of the 12 tribes of Judah. You understand? And I come from that train of thought. I did time. I think, you know, most motherfuckers that know me probably know that. While I was like, now when I got like that, now, if you know me, you know my grandma was an evangelist. Stomped down Christian. Everything Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? You know? And I get locked up. And I went through the county jail. I didn't think about religion through the county. I was gangbanging through the whole county jail. I didn't give a fuck about religion. But then I got to the penitentiary, though. And I started growing, and I started realizing, like, damn, nigga, I'm this age, nigga, I can't go out there with the same mindset that I got. I started maturing. And I started looking for the truth. Now, keep in mind, at this point, I had been rebelling so long, I done cursed out Jesus Christ 1,001 times. You know what I'm saying? And I done already said something ain't right about that. And I always said something wasn't right about Christianity. This wasn't no jailhouse shit. Back in Sunday school, when I was a shorty, I used to ask certain questions, and the answers that I would get to those questions, well, this is what God said. This is how God wanted it. This is what God, this is, don't question God, you know?
Right.
The traditional Christian answers. And I always said, like, man, all right, you know, I prayed every night in the name of Jesus. Don't get me wrong, but I always said, man, some ain't connected. The math ain't mathing all the way. You know what I'm saying? So, anywho, all them years later, I get to the penitentiary, and I'm looking, I'm exploring now. I'm coming to age.
Did you talk to somebody?
I talked to plenty of people. Or during that time when I was on that journey, for sure, I talked to. I parlayed with the Muslims. I kicked it with the Muslims. I talked about the Quran. I asked questions. I wanted to understand the difference between the Nation of Islam, which was some brothers on my deck that was the Nation of Islam, and it was some brothers on my deck that was what they call it, Al-Islam, straight Islam. And I went and parlayed with everybody, you know what I'm saying? And I parlayed with the Christians, you know what I'm saying? Because that was, you know, which I didn't fellowship too much with them because, like I said, I grew up under that. But I did. I went back and I talked to them because I wanted to understand if I needed to stay under that umbrella. And then I politic with the Hebrews. So now I'm in the penitentiary and I get to rotating with the Hebrews. I'm not gonna lie. I end up rotating with the Hebrews because that's what we would meet up at. You know what I'm saying? And Hebrew service. And I go over there and meet up with the folks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But while I'm over there in Hebrew service, I started paying attention. I paid attention
to learn something.
And I'm starting to learn, and I'm starting to understand some things. And I got to asking questions. And the questions, it wasn't so much the questions, it was the answers that floored me. I never got that's the way God willed it to be type of answer. I always got direct answers to the questions, explanations to the questions, and that shit hooked me. And I started studying more. I started observing.
So what was really the main answer that really made you feel like this is a place for me?
It wasn't a question. It was a statement. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Ali. You know, we done had our ups and downs, but if you see this nigga, you know, shout out you, because I always credit you with this shit. But the nigga looked at me and he said, I don't understand how people think that the same people that enslaved you gonna turn around and give you the word that's gonna save you. We was coming back from child. And when he said that shit, I was like, wow. And it took me somewhere that made me understand something on a deeper level. Because up until that point, I had already been kind of teetering. Like, I had already been paying attention and asking questions or whatever. Put me in a place where, you know, I was able to make that transition. Like I said, I got it written on the back of my ID. I was legit. Like, I couldn't order summer sausages and fucking chilies and shit off of commissary no more once you put that shit on the back of your ID.
What?
Because, you know, you're supposed to be vegan. You know, your diet's supposed to be vegan. You know what I'm saying? So they you can't order that shit on commissary no more, and everything that I think you still can order fish, right? Because we could be pescatarian, but we couldn't eat beef and none of that shit, right? So Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I ordered a fish or whatever and my noodles and shit, but you know, that whole commissary selection changed and
they changed it for you.
Yeah. Once you put on file, like, yeah, I'm this. You know what I'm saying? Because then doing that allows you to practice it in a way that they can't impede on. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So otherwise, you like, yeah, I'm this. They like, nah, nigga, when you came in, nigga, you said you was a motherfucking Christian, nigga. You don't need to be over here with these niggas. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we goddamn it, you know, that's why I switched it up and I started living a certain way. So I do understand, like, they was the first people that showed me that people was living according to the laws of Leviticus and living to be 130, 140 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was the first people to show me that shit, and I didn't believe it. But, yeah, that's a fact. See, it's amazing when you live to be 105, 110 in the Western world, using Western medicine and Western life practices. You right. See what I'm saying? And
what type of practices are those? Can you give us an example?
You mean Western practices?
Right.
Well, you know, the medicine. You know, Big Pharma. You know, oh man, you got high blood pressure? No, let me not tell you how to change your diet, change your exercise regimen, change your way of life to get rid of high blood pressure. What natural herbs that was made by the Most High for your ailments. Right. Let me not tell you that. Let me give you this fucking pill that I created in the fucking lab. Because one, it's going to keep your high blood pressure levels low enough so you leave me the fuck alone. But it's going to keep you coming back to me, paying me fucking money so you can keep your high blood pressure levels low. Instead of while you eating your chitlins and your hog maw and your motherfucking whatever you eat on Thanksgiving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? While you eating that shit, and then pop my pill. Somebody, let me take my blood pressure medicine. Instead of doing that shit, that's what I'm going to have you do over here in the Western world. Over there, they want to cure you. Big Pharma ain't got his grips over there. So it's a whole different ball game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's you know, I often say, like, I was thinking about that shit today, like, man, do I want to get rich and live in society? Or do I want to get rich and go off the grid? And if I want to go off the grid, why do I care about getting rich then? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I want to live a certain way, but I don't want to be in the midst of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because what they call civil society to me ain't always civil. You see what I'm saying?
What's so uncivil about it?
Like, you know how this shit go. You know what I'm saying? These people out here killing us like we monkeys. We killing each other like we fucking monkeys. You know what I'm saying? They got us. They got our youth in such a fucking stronghold to where, goddammit, they got our music dictating how we move and what we think is cool. They got our movies.
So do you agree that it's black folks fucking up the black community?
I mean, ain't no question black folks hold accountability.
I'll be honest
with you. Ain't no fucking question. Black folks gotta be accountable for the shit that they do.
When drugs hit the black community, it tore them up. Yeah. It tore us up. Yeah. In a way that we never recovered from. And black folks was making money off of that. And the fact that was glorified, that you would tear down your community, now there's nothing left to reap.
Okay, so now we gotta this the thin line right here, right? Because we gotta hold ourselves accountable, right?
We got to.
Okay. So that's what we gonna do on this show. And I want you to hit the like button. I want you
comment
to
and subscribe.
I need all that.
Come on, do it now.
You know what I'm saying? But this is what we're going to do. We're going to toe the fucking line, and we are going to hold ourselves accountable, right? And I'm going to hold myself accountable for the things that I've done and contributed negatively to our community. So, yeah, okay. But I'm going to be dead honest with you, bro. You just got done talking about that KRS-One clip, right? When he was talking about how at one point in time in hip-hop history, it was owned by us. Right? You just dropped that shit.
Just dropped it.
At some point, it was no longer owned by us. See, when we realized, or when they realized, Thousand Pods, when they realized the earning potential in that fucking ghetto that they had once forgot about, when that rap shit hit, though, that rap shit was different. They had never seen anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was coming straight from the trenches. And once they found out the earning potential, you know what I'm saying?
They put the money behind.
They put the money behind, and slowly but surely, it was no longer ours. It was theirs, right? So now they the agents, they the managers, they the ones booking the shows, they the ones drafting the contracts, reading over the contracts. They the ones doing all that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
so
hold on, G. No. Before you bring up new niggas, I want to address what you said, because I don't want nothing to go overlooked. Right? So now you got niggas that's out here that is perpetuating the stereotype that has been created by generations before this one, that has been fostered by the money that was provided by the Untouchables. They gave us the money that was needed to further degenerate our fucking community.
Make that more important than a lifestyle that we want so fucking bad. When we can say fuck they money, because our legacy is a very noble cause to create a positive culture that will sustain. They know their legacy gonna forever be of different ethnic backgrounds. Know that their traditions, their culture, the things that they stand for will sustain. Nigga, we dying out here, and we taking this shit like this shit ain't nothing. We just living life. Nigga, I'm fretful as hell for my fucking grandkids. Scared as hell. I don't know what the world gonna look like. That's what you was getting at. There ain't no unity amongst black folks. No, we ain't monolithic. We ain't.
Why you think that is?
Because we got too much shit dividing us. Alright, so, yeah, we back, y'all. We damn near thought we had some technical difficulties, but we rolling. You understand me? Hit that like button. Subscribe. All that good shit. Back to this Kanye and this Kyrie shit. And before we get off and go to the next topic, this is how I feel about that shit. Kanye, the only nigga that went out his fucking way to try to free the old man. So fuck anybody that got something to say about Kanye. That's how I feel. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, man, look, the old man is hopefully one day he'll be able to see his grandkids on this side of the gate, bro. He is. I hope he does. With that being said, you know, that shit meant something to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it means something to a lot of these quote-unquote dinosaurs. I appreciated that. So the fact that I'm in agreement with Ye. Like, I have a problem with us being second-tier citizens. See, niggas don't say, niggas like that's life. We just wild. This, hey, nigga, we here. But that ain't how I believe that we should live our fucking lives out here in these.
How should we live our life?
And we damn sure shouldn't be living it like we cool being second-tier citizens. You hear me? Like, the fact that we can't shut a motherfucker down for disrespecting us like them motherfucking quote-unquote untouchables can, for anything that they perceive as disrespect. Let's be real.
I hear you saying that everybody should back Ye and Kyrie, right? But when something happened to Takeoff, where that same energy at and bringing him justice though?
Jewel? Oh, okay. Did he check in? Was
he was with
Mob
them.
Tide supposedly responsible for him?
He was with them.
You sure?
Look, man, after a while, if motherfucker keep coming get with you and y'all keep going to the bean, after a while, nigga, you gonna have
if Mob Ties was supposed to protect Duke the Jr., I didn't hear that. I don't know about that. All I look, no, I'm not gonna let you do that. No, I'm not gonna let you do that. You're not finna come in here and say, well, if they was at they dice game, dude was at their dice game, so they was responsible for him. If I shoot a dice game, if I throw a dice game here tonight, and I had niggas from all over the city come through this bitch and leaving this month now, five niggas. These my niggas. These the niggas. So don't nothing better happen to these niggas. But it's 50 other niggas that pop up that come here tonight. And we get at, and after the dice game, everybody go home. And on the way home, one of them niggas get smoked on the E-way. You not finna blame me talking about, oh, well, he was at folks' dice game. And he come from out of town.
Every time.
And he was on his way back to the hotel. And he got killed.
Every time you have a dice game, something like that happened.
That happened twice,
and
bro.
I'm just saying, that's one too goddamn many.
Alright,
that's one too goddamn many. If every time motherfucker come in contact with you, something like that happen, after a while, yeah, it's gonna be on the other people the first 2 times, but the 3rd, 4th, and 5th time, they gonna start looking at you. Why is every time somebody come fuck with you, something got to happen? First motherfucker say you innocent. And no, everybody innocent, but you know what I'm saying? And now, every time I come fuck with you, something happen. I'm just gonna keep blaming the other people. At some point, I gotta look you in your eyes and say, bro, no, based
with
on
the
the
murder
DJ
of
Academic.
I ain't quoting DJ Academic. First
not
of all,
quoting him,
I don't want to
videos.
quote the bloggers. Academics ain't no street nigga, right? So academics ain't gonna really understand it from the standpoint of a street nigga, all right? People talking about, oh man, you seen Junior? He just walked past that motherfucker like it wasn't nothing happening, like ain't shit just happened. What the fuck you want the man to do? Get down on his knees and pick the body up and be like, oh, take off, no, not take off. Nah, nigga, I'm gonna get the fuck up out of there. I'm not gonna run. Ain't no point in me running up out that bitch, but I'm gonna walk up out that motherfucker too. What I'm gonna stick around for anyway? The police about to come. That's a dead body on the floor.
The problem with the whole situation is the street nigga went out the window when the camera started rolling. See, it took the discretion. It took the discretion away from the moment. If no video got out, whatever happened to him would have been kept under the radar because nobody would have seen it. The fact that people were able to see it, what happened in that room, you know what I'm saying? Because it was only Mob Ties, the Migos, and whoever else they invited in that room. So the shit went down. When it hit the news in Houston, it didn't even have names associated to what had just happened, right? So the difference between what's going on now and how shit was back then, social media is so powerful that you seen him dragged and bloody, and you seen different angles of what happened in the room because people are just filming everything. There's no privacy no more. Right. So you think you done got away from some shit, and motherfucker got it dead on camera. Then they circulated the videos on all platforms.
I'm gonna be dead honest with you. In 2022, ain't no way you doing no crime and thinking it ain't being caught on camera, nigga. We surveil from every direction.
Every direction.
Dirty like syringes, yeah. Put the blade where your appendix is. This is real trench biz. Me don't like no witnesses. Better turn around and go the other way, cause like the corona vaccine, ain't no telling what's in this bitch. Young nigga coming from the bottom, seen a lot of bullshit that I promise I'ma take to my grave. Ducking prison walls, accepting prison calls. I stood on business, they can't take that away. Play after play, I executed perfectly. Mike Vick shit till they snatch my pits. Free my dogs, and I mean free them all. And I scream that shit till it's backwards, bitch.
Over to the girl in Mexico, man. That was so tragic, man, to find out your child, you know, went the way she went, and based on how people lied to you, it just goes to show you how you can't really trust nobody.
You can't trust the soul.
Then the fact that it was a transgender that did it.
See, that's the shit. And, you know, I'm cautious, right? I don't believe everything I see on the internet.
Sometimes, let me tell you something. In this society we live in, man, all this crazy shit happening, man. The girl get killed on camera. Everything's on camera. Takeoff thing on camera. Kanye thing
we live
on
in a
camera.
world where technology is
everything we talking about
What's
is
the
on
first
video.
thing you do when you wake up? What's the first thing you think the average person does when they wake up in the morning?
Well, when I wake up in the morning, I think about my day. I believe the
first thing that the average motherfucker do when they wake up in the morning is grab their fucking phone. Right, their phone is always attached to them. Their phone is their fucking lifeline. If a bitch lose her phone, she gonna lose her mind. If a nigga lose his phone, he gonna lose his fucking bird. So it's like, our phones, right? So, first of all, I don't believe that the average human being is built to see that type of violence. But we ain't built to watch the brains of another human ooze up. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers gotta be trained. And that shit does to people. That's what trauma is. So what's a trauma response? Let me record this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a trauma response. If they had phones back in the day, shit, it would have been the same fucking thing. So when niggas say, back in my day, nigga,
We ain't put all this shit on social media. Bitch, we ain't had social media, nigga. But I know for a fact, nigga, that it was some niggas that got smoked in the 90s, nigga, who got smoked by niggas who would have had no problems with saying I did it, nigga. On my soul. Everybody knows some niggas like that. Everybody knows some niggas from the 90s that was stunners and would have embraced social media. You know what I'm saying? So let's just call a spade a spade. Like, I look at some of the pictures my pops had. Picture pops hopping out the motherfucking Cadillac with 2 bitches on the side. You know what I'm saying? This nigga draped in the whatever, the hottest gear of that motherfucking era. Come on, nigga. You don't think Pops would have put that shit on the gram if he had a gram in the 60s, nigga?
She better.
You know what I'm saying? He'd have put that shit on the gram, nigga. So, it ain't even about, it was about the technology that was available at the time. Like, I do believe criminals was much smarter back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people would have been putting so many crimes on the gram and getting on the gram talking about just confessing shit.
So what do you think about the Young Thug situation?
That's sad, bro. Honestly, I hate to see any nigga locked up. They fuck the lyrics. I think that's pure D bullshit. And if they convict them solely on their lyrics, I do believe the United States Supreme Court will let them out on appeal at some point. They're gonna fight. But if they give them 100 years and they convict them boys on their lyrics, they gonna get out. They gonna get out. But you know, certain shit that's weird. You know what I'm saying? That whole I shot at your mama, now he don't say shit, and the fact that buddy mama really got shot at and shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit, like, circumstantial. It's still circumstantial as fuck. But you see how they playing. They playing dirty. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know, bro. I just really hope that I hope they come from up under it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I look at it like this, man. It goes to show you.
You can say, and for the motherfuckers that say, well, damn, what about the victims? If the victims was in the streets, then that's the consequences of playing in the streets. Like, everybody know what the fuck we sign up for when we jump off the fucking porch. So, if Young Thug was killing babies, fry that bitch. But if Young Thug did indeed have victims, because all this shit is alleged, I don't know what the fuck he did. But if he indeed had victims, and his victims were street niggas, then that's the consequences of the fucking game. So don't say, what about the victims? Yeah, let them niggas out. Fuck tell me about.
Well, you know, about this murder, I had an interesting take. He said, man, when I first got on, I was only on for like 5 months, so I was like still in the streets and everything. You know what I'm saying? So when he got, he said it was like I was already in that lifestyle anyway. So it was like something that I really didn't have to adjust to. He said about Thug in there being out living this lifestyle, right? For them to be in this jam right now is a little different because they've been doing this shit for like years. You know what I'm saying? Living this, you know, extravagant lifestyle. Now you're limited to these conditions and you in this jam is much different.
And it's much more difficult, right? Because, you know, once you don't even realize, like for me, every time I've went to jail in my lifetime, it don't set in for me until I get in that cell. And I'm sitting in that motherfucker with a mattress in a motherfucking hygiene roll, you know, cosmetic roll, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I realized, like, yo, nigga, you damn, rock bottom. So for him to go to the heights that he was at, there now, and I'm sure at this point it ain't never even out, but he's, you know, used to it. He done sweated the drugs out of the system. He got commissary. You know what I'm saying? He gelling at this point because he been locked up for a few months. So I'm sure he's gelling in that. You know, he getting on how he getting on. But the thing of it is, some people could call it ignorance.
But do you think now?
But I think the fact that them niggas came up out that motherfucker, out that, like, where they come from, and they didn't know how to let it go, speaks to the influences that they had around them.
Right.
Somebody was supposed to be able to talk to Thug, but I don't think that Thug knew how to let it go. He hadn't made that transition. You know what I'm saying?
He said something on the interview that was kind of disturbing to me. He was like, he was into it with, I think, Lucci or something, a legend. And he said, yeah, I see the nigga all the time with his family. With his son, with his family. I see him all the time. Everywhere yet I see him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be mindful of motherfuckers that's going to be, like, get that angry.
And he said something else about the nigga, about him having pictures of the nigga in his phone or some shit.
his mama and shit in his phone or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So I'm looking at it like this, right? You done said some stuff, man. And to be honest, man, now it's coming back on you, bro, because shit done got wild. Like, power in the wrong person's hand is fucked up.
Yeah.
Power in the right hands is fucked up. So power in the wrong motherfucking hands is even more fucked up than anything. And sometimes, man, they move stupidly, man. You get cocky, you get sloppy with it, you know, thinking you untouchable. And it's like this. Boosie said this: if you put 26 eggs in one bag and shake it, one of them eggs is gonna break. But then they say it's enough evidence against them to the point where the prosecution is doing something like this, right? They not giving
ready
up
to go to trial
because
why they just
hold on.
listen
to me. They not giving them. Prosecution ain't giving them the evidence they got, and to the exact time limit per the law that they got to provide them with.
All right.
Like, these dudes get too cocky, man. He was out there fucking with Birdman and them. You can't have but learn business from Birdman and them. They got an 80-15 deal, bro.
Oh, Birdman?
Yeah.
Maybe he was one of them niggas can't nobody tell nothing to.
I remember this one time, we both cooked for the crib outside, barbecue, thinking we doing something, you know what I'm saying, productive for the kids, everybody. Take the food upstairs. Both of us come back down with this weird ass look in the face. Like, man, before curse me the fuck out.
Curse me the fuck out. I was fresh home. I ain't know how to do shit, y'all. And that's why, you know, that's a part of the reason why me and old girl ain't, you know what I'm saying, well, shit, we don't even talk, but, you know, that's a part of the reason why shit went sour, because, shit, I was fresh home and I was learning shit. Like, I left when I was 19. I left as a young street nigga. You know what I'm saying? I had to come back with a whole family. You know, that shit was jarring mentally. You know what I'm saying?
Because now you have to go take care and provide. It's different when you just fuck with somebody, you can get up and go.
Yeah.
You ain't got to call them, you know what I'm saying? It's a little different.
It's a lot different. But you know, you live and you learn, you mature, you go through shit. You had a lot of valleys. But shit, we still
just
here.
Figuring it out.
You know?
Now, what happens is that in relationships, some people don't know how to move on from hurt and situations because they still got a lot going on themselves, so they hold on to it. You could never be a new person in their eyes because their hurt was never addressed. You know, like, man, I taught to, you know, dry your tears, hold your head up. So when we go through shit in relationships, that's how we go through it. We don't show no emotions. It's not nothing personal. This is just what we talk, right?
And see, I'm going to tell you the truth, bro.
Talk to me.
We are taught that. We're taught to be stoic in the face of adversity. Don't cry. Nigga, you crying?
You a hoe, nigga.
So it's like, we taught these things. And I'm going to tell you, I held near and did these things. When I walked out the penitentiary, I'm big. Like, so I'm at the pinnacle of my health physically. Mentally, I'm sharp as shit. I done read 1,000,001 books in that motherfucker and wrote 1,000,001. I done wrote so many fucking rhymes and wrote so many fucking books of poetry and novels and just all type of creative works that I had done while I was in it. So I had sharpened my creative skill. I had sharpened my physicality. I just thought I was ready. But I never took care of the motherfucking trauma that I endured.
And trauma was very deep down. So you get angry, you basically getting angry from the motherfucking trauma. You know what I'm saying?
When I come home, you know what I'm saying, from the penitentiary, that shit bubble, bro. That shit bubble. You know what I'm saying? And it bubbled ugly.
At some point, the problem was, now that we're a little older and then I could take a look back. The problem is that when you were transitioning, right, back into like normalcy of things, right, you couldn't do it in an environment that wasn't beneficial to your mental and the progression you're trying to make. A man cannot flourish in an environment where there's no belief or there's friction or doubt in what he could do, right? Let's just be honest. We get in these relationships, and some relationships are toxic, and a man already got to fight the world. The last thing he got to do, he shouldn't have to do, is come home and fight with her, right? Because now he uneasy, and the shit that do come his way that he need to be prepared for, right? He gonna be ill prepared because his mind is stuck on some shit that's not even really important, but it's important to you. So I always knew that you was gonna have to leave the fam in order to be better off as an individual, because you can't do both. At some point, you got to choose you. So when somebody doubts what you can do, right, and you're already not doubting it, but you're transitioning, you know, trying to get yourself on a different level, I always knew all that you went through had to happen so you could be you today. If you didn't go through it, you wouldn't have the mindset. Right? This is no knock. She know I don't fuck with her like that any motherfucking way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? I knew that my baby mom was not the one when I was finna leave her and she started crying because she ain't want me to leave. At that point, you know how they say 30 minutes later, or you know you just fucked up?
Right.
That's when I knew that I had a problem on my hands.
I mean, that's normal activity though, bitch.
No, that wasn't motherfucking normal activity.
What you talking about, bitch?
This shit was different, bro. This shit was different, bro. I had never seen no shit like this before. This shit was like different, like it was like weird, but kind of like, you know, I ignored the shit. And then I came back the next day. Right? You know what I'm saying? Now we get in court. This the same person. Same motherfucking person, right? Get in court. I don't even think I ever met her.
Right.
I don't even think I ever met her. You know what I'm saying? She's not allowing your past to be a stepping stone to your future. See, some people only can look at you for who you used to be and not who you are now.
Right.
And that cloud of who you used to be always is in the front of who you working to be today.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to CQ Turner, head coach of Kenwood, man. And the one thing he said that was most interesting, he said, who are you now in this moment? Women don't give men the benefit of the doubt of who they are in this moment because they're so busy looking at who you used to be because they got small faith. They can't see the progression. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and the problem is...
I heard someone say one time, man, that a woman can only believe in you as far as they can see you. And that's the reality of it. So when we say women don't give us the benefit of the doubt, the reality of it is that woman just don't believe in your potential.
Well, sometimes people limitations, that's all they know. How could you expect somebody to see the potential in you when the way you thinking is on a higher scale of what they can think?
That's true.
You said it yourself. I've been here reading books. My mind is different. See, a lot of times, life is like a bunch of mountains. When you at the top of one, you at the bottom of the next. And here's a mistake people make, right? You at the top of this mountain, but you start off at the bottom of the next mountain because this is the next level. But you still got the mindset is that we was just on top. You ain't humble enough to learn how to get on top of this mountain. Every mountain you conquer, there's another one that you at the bottom of. And we have a problem in keeping the same mindset to go to the next hurdle. Women who have not experienced somebody change their life around and do something positive.
I don't think it's
like people in general. It could be a man, it could be a woman. If you haven't experienced somebody doing something at another level, then you would think a 9 to 5 is the only way to work. You cannot surround yourself around people who are not thinking further than what you're thinking.
I feel
or you got the wrong people around you.
No, I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be in an environment that promotes what you're doing so you can grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't grow themselves and they put their limitation on their mate, and the mate is growing past where they are mentally. Like, I'm gonna give you an example right now. I'm going through a whole situation with the baby mom, and she's retaliating on me where I used to be in 2020. I'm not there no more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're retaliating against me on a move I made based on a whole nother thinking process I had. And in 2022, you're still reacting to my move with my pawn in 2020.
Yeah.
I moved on to other pieces now. Right? So when you grow, people, they don't change.
I feel like not only when you grow, people don't change. I feel like it increases the jealousy. You know what I'm saying? Envy like a
motherfucker could be jealous of you, could live with that. Motherfucker envy you? Oh, that's another ball game.
Yeah, well, give me. What's the difference between envy and jealousy?
Bro, envy is when motherfucker looking at you in your face, you know what I'm saying, and wanting what you have, bro. I think like when a motherfucker is jealous of you, you know what I'm saying, that's cool. You can live with that. Like, you go on places they want to go, you know, that's different. When a motherfucker envy you, you got to watch out. Because envy mostly comes from family members. Jealousy comes from friends. Envy is really among family members. You was broke, you was fucked up, motherfucker treat you different. People feel that type of way when you get ahead because they're not happy with self. True growth is being happy for one another. Your accomplishment shouldn't be something that makes me angry or not excited. I should be able to celebrate you in your time because I have the mentality that I want to push it forward. Right. And when you have a different mentality, it's the same things that we worry about and struggle with. You know what I'm saying? Your mindset and what's in there.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. In my family, you have a lot of successful women. I'm one of the only guys, you know what I'm saying, that's on the up and up outside of my auntie's son. Like, outside of her son, then it's me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I only could do that with my mentality constantly growing. Like, I haven't had the best year. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't had the best year, but I haven't had the worst year, right? Because I'm steady growing as an individual. You know what I'm saying? And the more I learn and the more I grow, it kind of helps me navigate through life, handling the same problems I once struggled with. Like, I don't argue with my baby mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I arguing with you? There's no need.
Right.
There's no need to argue. If I argue, you win. It shows that I ain't grown yet. The thing what I learned is that when you in these equations, right, the only thing women got are words. And it's those words that get you either upset, and those same words, damn, they can make you happy and smile. You know what I'm saying? When it's worded right, because it's words. That's why they tell you degrading shit. You know what I'm saying? To fuck your mind up, because that's all they got. Because when a woman love you, she love you. She really can't afford to be into it with you because it's fucking her up. So the fact, you know what I'm saying, that y'all not seeing eye to eye, she not going to allow you to go out there and be in front of no other bitch, all googly-eyed and smiling and shit, and me and you into it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she finna tell you some shit where not only you gonna say fuck her, but you gonna say fuck everybody.
Right.
It keep you on the motherfucking box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what keep these bitches relevant. Because they got niggas like that keep them in the box, that they words is mattering, you know what I'm saying, to the point that they get a rise out you. When they words don't get a rise out of you, bro, they at a disadvantage. What else do they got? Pussy only lasts until you nut. That's no effect over you, bro. And if it is an effect, then you need to go back and start with Dr. Seuss. it takes you 10,000 hours to master something. So if you're in a relationship or whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying, if you don't have it mastered within the 10,000 hours, it's safe to say that you got to reevaluate self at that point.
Okay.
Because after 10,000 hours, you know what I'm saying, you should be able to get it.
Like, share, subscribe, comment.
Like, I got this clip right here, right? And I don't know if you agree with it, but I want to see if you agree with it or disagree with it.
What you talking about?
You'll never be a happy woman dogging your man out. He's not a man yet, but he will be. But if you keep on dogging him, you won't have nothing, and you'll end up being a lesbian at home with yourself, with no man by your side, because your damn mouth is what it is. It's a snake pit. And a man can't live under that because he got enough hell on his head as it is trying to function in a white man's world. And he needs a wife that has compassion and understanding, and that's the value of the MGT. The MGT is supposed to make you a woman to help you make a man for God.
You agree or do you disagree?
Of course, I agree with the minister. The disconnect is the lack of value in our community. I'm guilty of it. Men don't value women. That's just me holding myself accountable. And women don't value men. So when women are attacking the masculinity of a man, and when a man stands up and he moves a certain way, they want to attack it and call it toxic masculinity. That's simply because what the other brings to the table is not valued. That's why we have these conversations about what do you bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? What do you bring to the table? And the bitch talking about I bring pussy to the table. And the nigga talking about, oh, that ain't enough. If it's pure masculine energy, it's going to provide, it's going to protect, it's going to do all those things. If it's pure feminine energy, it's going to nurture, it's going to love, it's going to multiply what you bring to the table. Because that's what feminine energy does. Anything else, if it's not pure feminine or masculine energy, it gets corrupted. Now we asking questions about what the other brings to the table, when at the end of the day we both bring what we bring to the table and our respective energies.
I heard something, man, and maybe you agree or disagree. They said marriage didn't used to be about love. Love to marriages is new because it used to be about what your family had. Like if your family had some land and my family had a house, we would come together. It was based on what you could do for the other one. It wasn't really based on this love thing. I think once we put the love in there,
that's a Western construct. That's a European construct. Even in Africa, and I mean there were cultural differences, of course, but there were cultures in Africa who did not marry because of love. They married because this family brought this family, put this family in a position of political power or political position of wealth, or they amalgamated their wealth and they became even wealthier together than they were separate. It was about making moves, right?
Right. I think at some point love will never be enough to sustain a bond for long periods of time. It's other things. Life is about memories and moments, and we got to be mindful who we choose to spend those with, because in the end, that's all we have is the memories and moments that we live through our life. That's why you got to live like you never lived. You know what I'm saying? Grow like you never grown, and make the most of your memories and moments with people who you see a high value, so you can surround yourself around the people that brings the absolute best out of you. You remember, you have one life. And why not have the best people so you can chase your best dreams? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like a love doctor to America, so you can just come to me with all your calls and concerns, and I got a solution, man. What do you think about? Tell me what you think about. Them pushing a gay agenda amongst the Chicago public schools.
What I am saying is this, bro. It's a problem with them indoctrinating our kids with that bullshit, and that's why we as parents gotta be there to unindoctrinate our kids as they go through these fucking school to prison ass pipelines that we send our kids to every day when we send them to public school. That's just that. That's just that.
Well, I'm gonna just say it like this. You know, we all gonna look at the same things a different way, right? And when you say progression in one area, when they're able to do it in school, I'm just saying they acknowledge it needs to be some change in regard to how they are regarded. Okay, cool. Then you look at the Dwayne Wade situation, right?
That's ridiculous.
His son has had himself as a woman at 15.
Ridiculous.
And does that mean that he or she she's having sex to even know?
I don't know
because
about
how
that,
do
but
you
let me
know?
ask this.
How do you know that without participating?
Would that have made Dwayne Wade a horrible father if he stood on his son and said, "Look, man, you are a male. You may be attracted to other males, but in this house, you're gonna act like a man."
According to his interview he said he had to make a decision to either accept it or keep beating on him or mistreating him.
He was beating on the boy?
Yeah. Because he trying to get him to be right. So he was real aggressive with him. You know what I'm saying? So I think what happened was he said, in order to have my child, I got to accept it, because if I don't accept it, they going to do something to themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of them situations. That's what he said. So when you see it, you know what I'm saying? But when you see it, you like, what am I watching? And when you look at it, it's like it has progressed to the point where a lot of this stuff that that's out in the open and available to the kids is the same stuff that Big Mama and them, and back when we was coming up, all this stuff was swept under the rug. You'll never hear it, you'll never see it, you'll never come around it. It was talked about, it was taken care of. When you're dealing with my kid, move like this. Boom. That's it. Nowadays, it's in the schools, and they got different bathrooms because at some point, these people have to be protected because of what was happening as far as the fighting and the violence. And we got to be mindful as an individual while we going to teach our kids to be something that is more beneficial to them and be the best version of themselves. At the same time, they have to respect someone else's lane and their choices. You know what I'm saying? You may not agree with it, but you have to respect it and give that person that respect. You know what I'm saying? For them being who they are, the way they see fit. You can't get mad at that. And I think sometimes, again, people have to grow mentally to think that just because you want to handle a situation physically, it doesn't take the mental work away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you're not like me, I want to beat you up. Like, that doesn't warrant, you know what I'm saying? I hope you get your ass whooped now.
So, what is it that you don't want Mari to be exposed to?
Well, Mari is exposed to everything. Let me tell you something.
No. I already know that. All kids are. I'm talking about when you talk about this gay agenda that's now snaking its way through the Chicago school system.
Oh, shit. Now, I just want to say, before I say this next statement, the Lord knows my heart. The Lord knows my heart, but we promise to keep it real. Man, this is what's going on nowadays. The fucking mamas is gay now. The baby moms is fucking with bitches. They out here scissoring because they and they feelings on their pro agenda. Right. You ain't just hear what the man said? If you keep bashing every nigga that come through, if he just a bill and a wet ass, right after a while, you gonna find yourself with that bitch. Because ain't no real nigga worth fucking with gon' fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So we talking about the gay agenda in the school. It's at the crib. How could a little girl look at her mama as queen when she keeps seeing the fucking door closed? She ain't gonna never respect her mama as queen, and she ain't gonna never think she could be queen because all these niggas keep coming in and out of here. And we talking about the school. It's happening in the crib. You know when you go in the room with auntie and shit, they not just playing wrestling and shit. This happening every fucking night. Get a kid the iPad. You know what I'm saying? Turn on the video game. This shit happening at the crib. More bitches done fuck with other bitches on some hurt shit while the kids was in the motherfucking crib. Just because, let me tell you something. Just because a woman go get her son a babysitter don't mean that she got less fucked. Okay, when he get back to the crib, he gonna start to notice a pattern on when mama go take him over, little Ray over here. You know what I'm saying? So if he, again, a lot of this shit, the kids fucked up. This is happening in the home. Like straight up. These bitches out here is turning to other bitches. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, once the eyelashes come out and the song stop playing, you know what I'm saying? Your friends go to the crib. Motherfucker don't want to lay in that bed, goddamn, about their motherfucking self. Every woman want to be fucking kept.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's all the fucking front. Yeah, you bad as hell. You got your own business, own money, own car. You ever notice them bitches always fucking lonely? When nigga fuck with them, they think they came up because they fucked up mentally.
Right.
They chose all that shit, right? And ain't got nobody to share with. You know what I'm saying? Think about what I'm saying, bro. Them bitches that got all that is always fucked up mentally because they sacrificed it, bro.
Yeah.
All this shit is mental. The stereotype that's going on, I want a hood nigga. I want somebody, you know what I'm saying, they got tattoos, a nice car, a house. You know what I'm saying? He could take me shopping. My girl kept asking me, babe, you don't give me no money to go shopping. I said, I paid the bill, though. Niggas at home right now looking at her and can't say the same shit. Bitch, I can't stand your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker want to say that right now. I'm saying that for you, my brother. You got to look the other way because you need a car to go to work tomorrow. Right. Don't you say that shit. Let me say it with your funky ass.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers got these problems every day. Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something. The most craziest shit a motherfucker ever told me, right? He said, when you need a woman, it's different, right? But when you love and need a woman, like, when you need to, he said, when you need a woman, it's different based on your circumstances. But when you need to love this woman to be you, it's something different. You know what I'm saying? He said the same shit, but he just said it different. Like, niggas be in relationship with bitches because of their circumstance. And the circumstance make you need them. But when you need to love them, right, to be you, that's another level of the same shit we just said.
For sure.
I was like, damn. When niggas gonna talk about this, this is the movement. Every day nigga got a problem. He thought he had it right when he laid down. You know what I'm saying?
So that motherfucker still there.
Motherfucker still there because at the end of the day, fellas, you gotta push it forward. The greatest thing a man could do is be purposeful. Everybody did the PPP loan, right?
Right.
Allegedly. Right?
Right.
All them people got that money and one broke still. Think about what I'm saying, bro. Every time we get an opportunity, bro, we show how much we ain't grown. Every time we get an opportunity.
I feel that.
Like, for real, though. Every time. We ain't gotta be, working for these people. We can own our own shit and do our own thing. We choose to be selfish among one another. Like, why is it if I just went to class, right? Check this out. If I just went to class for something, let's just say real estate, and you say, hey, bro, I always want to do it. How you do it? Why shouldn't I go pay for your class? Well, I tell you, no, you got to pay just like I got to pay. You know what I should do? I should say, hey, bro.
Why should you pay for my class, bro?
I should. You know why? Because if I put you on, I never fall off.
Okay.
If you was to get on, right?
Right.
Your next move, right, should be, and the thinking is, let me build this up, right?
Right.
I'm not going to take it to my chest and let you struggle, and you with me. You with me when I got on. Now I'm going to put you on. I'm going to tell you, like, look, I'm finna put you on, right?
Right.
Just pay me back when you get your shit straight.
Right.
This what's going to happen. It's going to start to be a domino effect. You know what I'm saying? We own businesses now. Once I pay you for a business, right? We got 2 businesses now. Both of us can open up for 4th business. Now it's 1, 2. That's the mindset we got to have when we push it forward. If you get on and you got people with you, put them on.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
Put them on and don't think about.
I guess I just didn't like how you said it initially. But yeah.
You gotta build a web. So you basically gotta build a spider web of smart decisions. You know what I'm saying? The problem we have is that when we get on, we want to get materialistic. We want to get the cars and the cribs and the jewelry, right? When we don't look at the shit that the guns and the butter, the shit that appreciate with value, the stocks, the bonds, you know what I'm saying? The investments. You know what I'm saying? We don't look at shit like that as a community. It's a reason why they keep putting stores in the ghetto, because the ghetto is rich. That's the land of milk and honey.
Yeah.
That's why everybody got stores over here and sending their money back home. We the only ones that don't look at the treasure in front of us as a treasure because we come from it. Hey, Chameleon, right? He said something that fucked me up. He said, man, he hired Jay-Z lawyers to see if the record company owed him something.
Yeah, for sure.
He said they end up owing him $600,000. He said they weren't gonna let me out my contract or nothing, right? And he told them in the meeting, he said, I'm gonna show the other artists how to audit the fucking record label, and they too gonna see how much you owe them. They let that man out his contract because if he would have gave the others knowledge, you know what I'm saying, they would have got him. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Knowledge is everything, and we got to keep pushing it forward. The more we understand, the better we gonna be able to move.
For sure.
Man, fuck these puss ass niggas, I tell you. They whisper your accomplishments and scream your failures, but they only seek acknowledgement. They team isn't fair. Got plenty's eye around. We need more paraphernalia. Bitch, I was working at Rifle with ease, robbing shit, and don't you dare categorize me with thieves. I might just wake up my daughter, then go to the stores up and spoil her. No stress in the day. Get up with my sons and been blocks and nuts, son, and go get in us some the rest of the day.
Mentally, I never stop planning, right? I never stop planning. Something tells me to plan ahead. You know the most degrading thing that take the air out of a man is for a man to wake up in the morning and work extremely fucking hard all day and go back to sleep in the same predicament. Here's the thing. You can't keep holding on to what happened, right? Because change.
We need to forget the shit that we've been through, then tell them cocksuckers to forget the Holocaust.
I'm not gonna victimize. I'm not gonna tell
you just so you victimize your own. You call that victimizing. You call that victimizing them by telling them to get over the Holocaust. You call that. That's what you just said. You call that victimizing them by telling them to forget and get over the Holocaust. But you just said to tell us we need to get over some shit. Get the fuck out.
But if you stay there, how you gonna grow? How do you grow?
First of all, you don't tell nobody, an individual or a collective people who has been through a traumatic experience, to fucking forget it. You can't even go out here and tell a bitch who got raped 30 years ago to forget her fucking rape, because that's trauma.
Nobody's
that
telling
you cannot fucking forget.
But you have to move forward. You can't stay there.
Who the fuck said stay anywhere? But you just said we need to get over it. No, don't say get over it. Say we need to move forward. We need to move forward, but it needs to stay at the forefront of our fucking mind, so we don't ever fall victim of repeating it.
You can't fall victim in repeating it if you own your own shit. We got more opportunities than we ever had in this than we ever had.
We don't need to get over it.
Women couldn't vote. They can vote now. You have to get over it.
I think getting over something implies that you are.
Man, if you don't get over slavery, man,
under the
you don't progress as a people.
It doesn't affect what's going on today. It's over with.
I knocked the cup over. I clean up the mess I made. It's done. It didn't affect no electronics. It ain't stained my table. It's my desk. It's nothing to think about, right? But now
it's taken care of.
But now the bitch done got on my MacBook. It done shorted out my motherfucking keyboard.
But I thought it didn't touch nothing.
No, I'm talking. It did, but I didn't say slavery didn't touch nothing. Slavery affects my fucking child that was born in 2020, bro.
How? Tell me how.
Because trauma is passed down by generations.
Bro, that trauma gone, bro.
That trauma not gone. Because if that trauma was gone, we wouldn't be how we are today. we wouldn't be how we are today.
You blame
I need some motherfucking
today.
Hold on, G.
You blame how we are today.
We got to pause.
We blame how we are today. Hey, I can't believe this shit.
Oh, I got to call. Motherfucker got to come deliver me some reefer, bro. Hell no. We got to pause for the calls. Hey, look. We coming back to this. Now, he just said
let's get it.
That slavery does not affect the generations that are coming today.
No, you said slavery. He said slavery affected my child that was born
in 2020.
I got opportunity that my forefathers never had. Yeah. Right now, as we speak.
Folks said, "God damn it,
brother,
that slavery."
Son being born in 2021. That's what you said, bro.
I ain't have a son in 2020. I had a daughter in 2020. So check it out about slavery simply because we think how we think. This is why we're so disorganized. This is why we're so ununified.
It's their fault we think like that.
I hate when people word the question like that.
Because you definitely asked it. I mean,
because we as a people have to take accountability.
But that's not what you just said.
Yes.
America, you listening to them.
Yeah, listen, goddamn it. And I know scholars who will back up what I'm saying. You understand? We wouldn't think how we think. We wouldn't act how we act. We wouldn't have the hatred that we have. We still don't know who the fuck we are. We still don't know our fucking history. You still can't tell me who the fuck you are what your surname would have been if you would have got it from your forefathers in Africa. You still can't tell me where from Africa, what tribe, if you believe you're Native American, what tribe that you from. You can't tell me none of that shit. All you can fucking tell me is that you black and your last name is Jones, Williams, whatever. Nigga, you can't tell me none of that shit. The black woman and the black man wouldn't be butting heads all the goddamn time if it wasn't for slavery. You don't see that shit in other communities. You know why you don't see that shit in other communities? Because they didn't endure and go through the same type of conditioning that we went through. That's my issue with the world today and why we so fucking forgiving. That's what I hate about us. We forgiving this shit. And ain't nobody ever fucking showed us not a damn bit of mercy. You can be anything in America. There's no limitation to what you as a black man can be today. I gotta admit that. As long as you're willing to put in the work and the time and the effort. Oh, and sell out your motherfucking people. Oh, and make sure when you're in position.
But you kind of agree with what I'm saying.
Hold on. And make sure when you're in position to get that money, that you do what the fuck them hunkies tell you to do. Because if you don't do what they tell you to do, they gonna snatch that fucking money. So yeah, nigga. The fact that motherfucking Kyrie Irving had to fucking, they talking about pay this amount of money and apologize and have a meeting with that person and this person. Who the fuck? Who the fuck
allegedly
is these people? That's all I've been hearing is these wild ass stipulations that he gotta fucking complete before he can play again. But that's buck breaking. That's modern day buck breaking. That's what the fuck that is.
He didn't break.
I mean, how can you say slavery is not? Slavery is interwoven so intricately in the fabric of America that I guarantee you, take away that, don't let that have existed, and America does not exist how it is today.
Well, okay, so look at it like this, man. Slavery played its part, right? We moved from it. They fought. All these people that came and they gave us an opportunity, a better chance. We had the underground railroad.
They smoked all them niggas.
You know what? And I was watching this show called The Underground. And
it was about the Underground Railroad?
No, it was about the underground, how black folks had their own system and they had their own way of doing things. And they were doing very well for themselves, the black folks that stayed in this certain area. And what happened was you had these black folks that was in meetings with the white folks. And what happened was is that the black dude was like, you know, you should see how we living down here. We do this and we could do that and we could do this.
And the white folks said, oh, really?
So we have from the beginning of the time had other black folks, and this the part that get me right, because you gotta watch this shit now, right? They don't even know what the fuck could go on down here. They just know these people well off.
Right.
And the nigga inside the meeting
talking too much.
Saying all this shit, you know what I'm saying, about how they do what they got, and when the people came, and when they came and wiped them out.
Right.
Because whenever they went back and talked to who they was going to talk to, they like, well, damn.
But this is a fictional story. But
this was based on a true story. So Nat Turner, right? He going around and he taking out the people he taking out. It was somebody black that told them what he was going to be next. It's always, see, the number one thing we quick to say and we quick to do, we quick to blame other people for our own fuck-ups. We quick to blame the other man for how we are as a people, when history has shown us that it's somebody that look like you and I, right? Judas did it to Jesus, right? Jay did it to Dane. Diddy did it to Mace. You know what I'm saying? Like, the industry did it to TLC. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doing it to somebody, right? And we don't take no accountability.
Yeah, man, we done had a hell of a conversation, bro.
You know, hell of a conversation, man. And it really sucks that it got to end right now, man. I swear to you, man.
But
we'll talk about it at Story Times. That's on Sunday, Freestyle Friday. Like, comment, subscribe.
Know that. That's it.
Yes, sir. Instagram, big_folks_cash_079. Follow me. Get up with me right here on my YouTube. It's Big P's. We the Willin'. See y'all next time. Yeah, bitch.
Decadê.